看一下接下来这个是 WePlay 邀请赛的小组赛阶段啊，第二场两支队伍都是第二场比赛 ，nolpenki 对 prodigy， 这两个队伍在第一场比赛里面都输了 ，nolpenki 是输给了 G2，prodigy 输给了 Fish 23，都输的不冤，都是0-2。上来 prodigy 防守 ，nolpenki 进攻，两边都拿了 Jet。Jet、Cypher、Sage 一边有拿了 Raze， 一边拿了 Breach。烟卫一边是 Omen， 一边是 Brimstone， 然后上来进攻方的烟卫死了，哎呦炸裂！好了，进攻方唯一的烟卫死了，这怎么办？这怎么办
？Maybe a little bit favored here as Prodigy has like a weird setup going on with a lot of their players going to different teams. And nolpenki coming in from that qualifier managing to make it.
有电梯吧？不是吧？不是吧？22。强调，拖你时间，换兵，换到另外一头去，再去 B。
The wall comes through and forces them back. So now they have to go up into heaven and towards B, where you've got Pipson and you've got the Cypher by his side as well. Now Pipson goes down, but it's Chihuahua who's here to try and anchor.
在哪儿
？Prodigy 人数优势。2-2。
2打1 ，Back。4杀。而且对面的 Sage，Prodigy 这边的 Law 是去 A 点拿球去了。所以他来的巨晚，这个拿球多多少少有点问题。哇，第一分就开始拿 Ace 了 ，Vac。不过 nolpenki 这个队伍昨天就看出来了，手枪局确实是猛。手枪局，昨天反正我记得有2次吧，还是3次，因为昨天一共跟 nolpenki 跟 prodigy 跟那个 G2 打了2盘嘛，4次手枪局相当于是赢了3次吧，如果没记错的话。就是我指的4次手枪局是指那种开局的，就是上半场和下半场的开局。
It's actually the players themselves as a functioning unit that you have to manage, and those stats can kind of start to get convoluted as there are players, coming in and out for the roster. So we'll see how they do. Of course, yesterday was a little bit of a tough showing, whereas
第2分是 nolpenki 的作为进攻方的人数优势。刚才上来 Omen 没了还能打赢，这是没想到的。他们阵容里面 Omen 就是唯一的烟卫。这带大招。Vac 不直接来一波，复刻一下 Mixwell。A 点 AY 是2个，包在 AY 很远的位置，慢慢扣枪。但是 Boo 这边是过来补掉。True 这个地方有点马，因为 True 手上应该也是一把微冲，没有对过，这有点可惜。队友还好补了，包下。Vac 目前没开大，枪膛里面子弹还多。点内的深点人死了，眼里面直接扫了。Vac 又开始了，哦呦 ，Vac 今天这个状态有点虎啊！这一轮又杀了2个 Vac， 而且 Heaven 已经出声音了。这样的话 Vac 要进来了。你这出声音出的越多 ，Vac 又要进来，直接一定位拉掉。哦呦 ，Vac 这个拉枪，一针定头。最后对面最后一个人 Luzu 是在铁板，哎，有创意，但是没机会，找对面的屁股，但是只能杀1个。毕竟这个 Shorty， 这个双分你如果正儿八经打，端着打是没什么希望的，出去1点还有点机会。上场第一个大枪击。
If he starts competing with Luzza for some of those early angles, we saw in the previous match the boosts from BZT. Are we going to see some early looks of Jets playing hyper aggressive and trying to get some early picks with the op? So far, Luzza, he's got the up in hand, but he's playing quite.
不过这个是生死局了，就是因为2支队伍昨天都输了，所以谁输谁就直接淘汰了。0-2在这个瑞士轮争前4的比赛里面应该是直接淘汰了，我看 Forza 就直接淘汰了。所以你如果输的话就直接没了。今天谁输谁走，明天不用打。明天有3场比赛，就是因为今天会淘汰2支吧，应该是。然后明天的比赛只是要决定谁是前4，相当于6进4。Luzu 大狙裸体大狙架，哎没架住。哦哟 ，Vac 再杀一个。 淡点清掉，过来拉，哎呦，这边稍微定位没盯到，被落反打掉，那这样的话，但是这直接被抢掉，抢，哎，包应该下去没有问题。B 包 ，B Heaven， 而且还有进攻方的人，2打4，机会不大。Jerome 这个位置马上就能清到对面的人，哎，就这个位置拿劣势枪也打赢了，这样的话落最后一个人，直接一局带掉，这很亏啊！裸体刚才起的大局啊 ，prodigy， lose 那把大局。2到3个人的时候，瞬间没有狙到，这样大局还被对面搅了，又要 ECO 4比0开局，有点裂开。
I have a feeling it is a lot more playstyle reliant than anything. You know, for nolpenki, maybe it is their side that they prefer. Maybe they prefer to attack regardless of the map that they're on. You know, maybe the strategies that they like to execute, like that push towards B. There was an op looking down to garage, and they 3-peeked together and smoked at the same time. And so all of those elements of surprise did not allow Luzza to find a shot, and then he was dead. And so you're seeing these looks like this.
这个 ECO 感觉也没什么翻盘的指望，上来 prodigy 的状态好差。
Yet again, the attacking side of nolpenki punishing.
不过防守方 ECO 已经算有点机会的了。包在 A 外 ，A 点因为端了一个，所以再慢慢打啊。这边 B 点也漏了，打了1/3血左右，却又再端一个在 A 点 ，B 点已经摸到了 B Heaven， 哎呀，整体彻底崩掉。现在 B 点绳子下面藏了一个，但这个点肯定会来清的，而且劣势枪械意味着没什么机会，一滴血都没黑。哦 ，Luzo 在 A 点淡点上瑟的发抖，对面带包直接走 B 了。甚至自己的 A 大方向还有人在截，真的难。下一分看搬了，下一分要搬命了，下一分 prodigy。让我猜一下，Luzu 会走哪儿？他会走井夹，但是井夹倍儿危险，而且头顶也有人。完了，他一出去，他就会被斜上方 Heaven 先看到。别，这，哎，这啊卢祖也出问题了，打了一枪吧好像，打到了40血，2枪，但2枪都是body shot，应该是2枪都身体。两边的第2个大枪局，这分再输，上半场就直接炸了。哇，这直接拼了呀，2把大局，一把是全甲，一把是半甲 ，Law 和 Luzu。然后 Vac 已经可以开银行了，不是他们家还不止一个银行，2个银行，2个人是7900，2个人6000多，哇，这钱存的舒服，哇，直接穿射，这个位置应该摄像头看到了，因为是1换1。这边架绳，哎，这绳不太对吧，兄弟？把大狙捡回来 ，Jerome， 铁板，球好像拿了，想要拉复活，能拉吗？拉不了呀 ，A 大这个位置拉不了啊，因为铁板跟铁板 Pepson 端了一个，还不错。但是电梯已经被渗透了，而且对面随机拉复活，那这样依然是人数优势，一个4打3。看 prodigy 有能不能拉，没有机会 ，Vac 已经进脸了，直接大狙枪带走，而且加的方向是被淹掉，而且丢了兵，回防是没有机会的。目前现在下包，看下包之后了。2个人全部都在井家，非常糟糕，这漏了个缝。直接抢掉了，漏了缝也无所谓。Law 这把大狙不太敢往前走，他也没有往前走的能力。对面在小跳，但是这个位置还没到会漏的地方。狙一枪，哎呦，自己差点被穿死了，要跑了。让我猜一猜对面会不会追？我觉得如果我是他们，我就会追，而且拼了死命追。我钱多了可以开银行，为什么不追？追啊！这直接来啊！对啊，银行直接来。兄弟，你有本事把我所有人都打了，加油！来，接着来，漂亮，直接搅到破产，6比0，下一分又要1， 哎呀 ，prodigy 这上半场直接崩裂，这上半场崩的有点过分了。
He was fragging out of his mind, and in some cases, it's the European sages that you want fragging out because you get more resurrections as a result of it, right? And so I wonder what the decision making came from this team to put Chihuahua towards the cipher. And listen, I'm not quite sure if that agent swap has been quite impactful for him.
这边也是提到企娃娃去打 cipher， 因为以前企娃娃是打 sage 的。 哎，不过 prodigy 这种队伍也没办法，那咋办嘛？队伍人换来换去，本来就不是一支人员稳定的固定队。高带 BY， 这边直接走 B 了，直接 run 了。对面是经济劣势，上头打掉，丢雷，这个雷是清10点的。 中路被淹掉，但这个位置 Pipson 有一个1打2的机会，哎呦，1换2，但是掉包了刚才，所以确定你的包是抖 B 的，没有别的地方可以去。Q 看到人，直接大招，真的惨，啥事儿还没干呢，人死了，吉娃娃开了大招的 Jet， 在这个 B Heaven 想要回抢 Lose， 但 Lose 本身是一个半甲，所以有点容易死。 我有这一枪头，好，但是自己马上被补掉了。nolpenki还是维持着场上人数优势，3打2。咋办 ？Lose， 上去1打3，这不拼一枪吗？你大招都拉了，手上也没枪啊。这不去拼一枪吗？ 这兄弟，你手上这25甲有什么保的必要吗？那你这个大招拉了干啥呀？
It is the most accurate thing that you could possibly have, and you're using it on the eco, and now you have to reset your ultimate for an attempt that you didn't even try. What did you have to lose? You had pistols anyway. So I don't really understand what the thought process there was for Prodigy. Maybe it was a miscommunication. Jerome, he had a sheriff too. I'm not really sure why you're holding on to a sheriff if like you're just gonna buy a phantom next round anyway. So a lot of question marks there for Prodigy, but let's see how they end up trying to turn things around because it's not looking good on a defender side of map.
Even if they win out, this is not a good half. So yeah, not exactly great. Boost spamming up over the top.
而且绕这一分中路炸墙想滑铲，这墙啊，这墙是个高架墙，但人没了，墙还在，人没了。Lose 这一分又是破产局，胜利100块钱，全甲大局。对面丢了个牢笼，直接铁板什么也看不见。哎呀 ，Pipson 这个转头完了。这样的话，中路其实完全放掉的，中路跟 B2楼都是放掉的。进攻方如果去有勇气把这个 B2楼清下来的话，会知道 B 其实是很空的。奥尔方3个人在 A， 但是 A 呢也很危险，因为 A 现在呢，因为对面现在是可以转电梯 ，A 要打协同的话也很有把握，把 A 加淹掉。A 这边丢了相当多的烟。 但是卢佐狙了一个，打下不能打上，看 Pipson 了。哎 ，Pipson 没机会，被2个人直接架死。Jerome 在点上，苟且偷生。哎呦，这边直接干拉了，这 Boo 直接干拉，大干拉身位。吉娃娃咋办呢？啊，这上半场崩的，这不太对呀。这真的多多少少有点问题。
Yet again, nolpenki get onto the site without Prodigy really being able to do anything to stop it, which has been thus far.
这已经不是0比5的问题了，
It doesn't really feel like
朝着0比8就去了呀。再分要1，0比7，再下一局如果大象局再输就是0比9了。我的妈！脚啊搅了一个，但没有办法搅第2个。但是自己这边，对面现在已经完全可以开银行的情况下，完全不会在乎钱。钱是什么？ 但自己这边就捉襟见肘，难受啊，难受。一边倒。
That was a long time ago. Vac has continued to put up numbers.
Yeah.
Whereas the rest of the team, like, they're just kind of watching the Vac show. And it's not to say that anybody right now on nolpenki is playing bad. It's just Vac's kind of in front of every single play. And on top of that, prodigy's stuck in kind of save scenarios a couple different times because things aren't working out for them at all.
老现在得停止白给啊！作为一个 Sage， 一定要活得久一点。卢祖这边电梯房，但是对面已经在传烟了。来 ，Papson 有个大招，这大招真的是硬熬出来的呀。Papson 已经被支架了，哎呦，这个位置已经被支架了 ，Vac 已经摸到了近点，哇！看卢祖会不会出去干那个傻事儿。卢祖现在出去想要探头，就会中了布的圈套。卢祖没有敢透枪，让队友拉起来，但是卢祖这个位置也被架了。卢祖往右一点点就会被队友打死。但这个时候我们看到在 B 外是有人摸掉了一个，卢祖想要去出枪，但是这边是交了 E。终于布这边是被对面前后夹击打掉，而且现在对面 Vac 是一个腹背受敌，但是完全被白情况下 Vac 狙掉了一个。哇 ，Vac 这个计算。 这什么计算啊？他就是定点瞄，然后我被白了，我差不多算你出来的时间，就再加掉 Luzo， 打 A Heaven，Breach 大招也交了 ，Brimstone 跟 Breach 大招都交，但是效果并不好。Deathstream 已经进点了，这个包成功的运进点里面下包，但是有换头，2打2，漂亮，这边 Vac， 哇 ，Vac 这是。 这餐具本来有那么一丢丢机会，然后什么全部母大，8比0。这上半场别搞了个12比0啊，兄弟！别啊，12比0有点过于残忍了。这分又是 ECO， 9比0。
Prodigy, some caster curse momentum.
Look, the truth is, like, it's really hard when you're casting these games because we don't want to sound like we're bashing Prodigy. It's not that they're playing so terrible. It's just that nolpenki is playing really well, and even when nolpenki isn't, they have individual players who are bailing them out of these scenarios.
Yeah.
中路直接下墙，这墙还漏了个缝，兄弟你。
OK。
不过乔瓦这个时候是在 B 外打掉，乔瓦已经在 B 点算是做了不少事情了，上一分也是，这一分也是。 但目前看来还不够，我只能说还不够。中路 Vac 继续亮枪，在干嘛？放炮吗，大哥 ？B 大这边已经漏了，拉了复活。哎，你以为我拉复活只有 Sage 吗？我还带了帮手，这样3个人在 B 外，而且打了一个。奇奥瓦现在异常的尴尬，动都不敢动。Vac 在那地方有看到一个，但是没有出枪，直接下 A 了。大船和一个 Cypher 直接2人走 A， 现在是一个3打5的回防。包虽然还没下，但是这个 A 点已经完全崩掉了。Luzo 一个人在这个烟旁边。哎呦，没想到，天外有人，六外有六。哦，这2个人，哎呦，可惜。虽然说这个往后移动作很潇洒，但是并没有能够让自己活下来。移完之后，这个硬直还太长了，哇，又是一个1换5。啊，这。
Your caster curse attempt did not work at all. If anything, you're just going to claim that you made a great prediction.
Listen, I'm okay with that, but this is not looking so hot. Yeah, at this point, you know, for Prodigy, I wonder, you know, I don't see a lot of teams implement cheesy strategies when they are kind of down and out. They just continue to play standard. At this point, when you're bleeding around so fast, what do you have to lose, right? There's still another map that you
这有点问题啊。
And so having the opportunity to throw your opponent for a loop might net you around, might net you too.
传音，传音，传音。哇！听说你要挑战我，这 Vac 举了个大局清4点，是不是有点过分啊？真的贼过分。
Are the ones that are making it confusing, and that's really how they're winning some of these rounds.
Desperation starting to set in for Prodigy. We should continue. We should
just Prodigy 心态崩了。
They're just going to spend.
对，这是我心态真的崩了。
Build up some kind of defense. Right now, it's about to be problem city for this Cypher. The Cypher sends one.
啊，这位置切娃娃，23滴血，穿一下就死啊！穿一下就死。不是，我说实话，运气也有点差，他说不定这一下就不会被穿到。他能怎么办？哎，秋马枪，老就掉了这么点血啊！那秋是马的厉害呀！好，这边 B 大。B 大是这边的 Sage 啊，Raze 啊，带了2把狙吧，好像。老子里也起狙了，确实钱多了没处花，多带几把狙很正常。哎呀，这穿，老也被穿到了。哦，是 Vac 把狙扔给队友了吗？Vac 这把狙好像扔给队友了，没有起2把狙。反复 pick 啊，这次终于 Luzu 没有输给对手。但是3打3 ，prodigy 好像，哎，为什么 prodigy 有些人走了，有人还在啊？啊，这边想要去端几个人。哎呦 ，Deathstream 还停下了脚步，拿自己的命去换了对面的命，挺好的。nolpenki 的钱都已经集体要溢出来了，这个时候钱根本就对他们来说不是问题，穷的只剩钱了。16-3。5的 KD， 兄弟们，5点几的 KD。4比0。我感觉真的要13比0了，这么下去。哎呦，Luzu接枪子儿啊！打靶练习。哎，这个位置，哎，队友帮忙补枪了。Vac 有点贪 ，Vac 是想去捡队友的步枪，他不想再去用大狙这个位置。
And push that spike through spawn and walk through the backside, but it looks like they are just going to dedicate to the plan on A.
下一波，乔这个位置又要被炸，巨惨！哎呦，68血，你能怎么办呢？而且自己还有一个队友，进攻方还有一个人逐渐的从 B 点那游回来。铁板再打掉一个，球，最后一个直接放脚步搜了，反正知道你在哪儿。老干了，干了，2个，干了，宠他们。
Is a little at distance here from nolpenki, and so Law has an opportunity, maybe at least to get it to half, but it's in a spot that Loudly can easily peek. And now here comes the peek.
Loudly 直接打掉。
And now we are
11比0
and also potential match point here for nolpenki.
这也太惨了，确实。
11-0. Look, you tried to caster's curse it. Let me try.
I tried.
I have never casted a shutout in Valorant. I've casted since like day 3 of the beta. We've covered a lot of content together. I've covered a lot of open events, low-hanging fruit in the early days of just whoever wanted to enter, seeing some of the teams flesh out live. But I've never actually covered a 13-0. This might be the first time That is my attempt at the hardest hardcore caster curse I could possibly put out. Because Prodigy right now desperately needs some help. We were joking in the last series saying, oh, you guys need to spam the soda to help Foda. I don't know what you would spam to help Prodigy, but they're in need of it because nolpenki is just outclassing them.
就已经摸进 A
Again, it's
大
not
了，
that
这样这
Prodigy
位
is
置，
terrible.
哇，这对象没对过，
Now in a lot of these one-on-ones,
初代问题
like Cho
，Jerome。
just goes spin mode on Jerome. Jerome just cannot manage to get his foot in the door consistently.
Jerome 这个位置明显是一个优先价枪啊。
And as a result, they find themselves with the man disadvantage yet again with a minute left on the clock.
还不还在架 A 小 ，A 小还是有机会再架点人的，但是对面也很谨慎，漂亮。但是马上被补枪，哇，这传烟爆头 ，Destrin 也有东西，但是这个换枪好像把队友，哎呦，空中打鸟撸组，12比0，直接带到赛点，盘点。兄弟，这是怎么回事情啊？哇，不是这一盘，如果2张地图都是一边倒，那我只能说这比赛，我估计下一场比赛要等很久很久。他的预计时间是3小时，也就是说从11点，下场比赛预计是11点。
I just want to see Prodigy put up a few rounds. Like no one wants to see a team get shut out. No one does. Like maybe the community does. But like it's unexciting. There's
Law 这种情况下 ，KD 还能差点平，
All you can say is like, oh, nolpenki looked really good, and Prodigy didn't look nearly as ready for this matchup. I don't want to again. We talked about this in the last series. You don't want to sound like you're just thrashing a team. Right now, nolpenki is just better. That's all I can say. They're just playing so much better.
哇，这都能打掉吗？不是 Vac 这是怎么打掉的？我就很好奇了。他这我觉得只是他运气好，有些时候。终于被制裁了，看不下去了这个人。还好包没掉。
So now it is the 3v4, still very doable here for Prodigy as they'll now send that spike rotated over.
刚才丢包这个声音是不是听到了？防守方，我怀疑这个丢包声音。不过有意丢包也有可能是贵个这边听的，现在包带走。
Might read the lack of push towards A as a opportunity to rotate back. Cho now.
不过防守方还是放了一个人去 B， 中路倒是放给对手了。
It's Prodigy that are starting to make their way up through heaven. The rest of the defense haven't
现在看 B heaven 了，
read this or
凑这个位置其实压力会有点大，因为对面马上就要推上来了。
The breadwinner here, but Cho he's ready for the push in.
看 Cho 这个位置，摄像头还看到了一个，直接飙到。 电梯王 Destrin 成功的把这个在 A 点试图当种子的人打掉，看会不会意识到点上死定有人啊？完了，完了，这还有个牢笼，打了一个 CG， 13比0 ，nolpenki， 34分钟不到，30分钟不到应该是比赛结束。哇，这好像也是我第一次看比赛看到13比0，很离谱。
This is the professional tournament too. Like this isn't some open
而且这还是已经相当于相对比较接近职业比赛了，就毕竟是官方的 Ignition Series 嘛。
Prodigy just lost most of their roster. So like Prodigy had a completely different roster coming into this event that most of them are now playing with NIP. So I can't entirely fault them for not putting up much of a performance.
Yeah.
But I would hope to see at least maybe 1 or 2 rounds. If they had started on the defense, maybe we see those rounds. They didn't really get much of an opportunity because they lost the first half 12-0 on attack. Had they gotten over to the defense, maybe we see literally 1 or 2 rounds because I still think nolpenki would have crushed them based on the way they played that map.
And so one of the things that I'm starting
看第二张图怎么调整吧，这也太惨了，不忍足视。
games that they had yesterday against Fish 123. I'm sure the desk will touch on it a little bit, but Haven was 13-2. Fish in favor of Fish 123, and that's the map that we're going to next. So I have a feeling that nolpenki will really be able to clean this up if all goes well and according to plan. But Ascent was a lot closer for Fish 123. 13-9 was the scoreline against Prodigy, and so I wonder where are those diamonds in the rough for Prodigy? What was the successful factor that brought them close against Fish 123, or was Fish 123 unprepared, or like what are all of these above factors mean for Prodigy, and do any of those factors apply to a potential upcoming win in the next map?
let's also not forget that nolpenki went to overtime against G2 on Ascent yesterday. So
That's true too.
if I'm looking at the two performances, I'm going, one of these things is not like the other. The fact that they take G2 into overtime, ultimately losing 14-12, is impressive. Now, I didn't see the game live, so I'm not sure how the halves shaped up, but still a strong game coming in from nolpenki yesterday in their series against G2. So when you're looking at Ascent across the board, I kind of lean again more towards nolpenki. I'm afraid this could be another blowout, like 13-2.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, we'll leave the analysis to the analysts. We're going to throw it over to the desk because they can break down a beauty of a game. Gents, take it away.
太真实了。
Well, Tom, you have the end of your video there that says you're a storyteller, you know, dad jokes and all that stuff. You got anything for us? Because we need to fill some time. Yeah, we're going to really have to fill some time. That was a 13-0. Prodigy got absolutely rolled over. And it all started with that amazing pistol round coming out from Vac. Vac started, what, second round? He was 8-0? Like, just incredible stuff.
Let's put it this way. I've got a silver lining.
Okay.
Jerome, you're a guy who picks up talent. I've got these 5 Lithuanian guys who they love to grind. They've been working hard. They've been playing these qualifiers. Got to the semi-final the first time. Made it through the second time. Might be worth a punt because that was brutal, man. Like I haven't seen a game like that in a long time. And the worry is that was almost